Okay, everyone. Thank you guys so much for joining our Cloudinary Cafe session on how a retailer saved 250K by using Cloudinary for scalable video. And the next slide, just a little bit of tips and guidelines for this cafe session. That being said, hope you have fun and excited to get started. All right, so just a little bit about story time. Typically what happens when you are uploading a video or when companies have videos, a video is produced, then you need different formats, maybe things for social media, maybe an Instagram story or an Instagram post. And generally what would happen is creative would create the regular video. Then you would have to go back to creative team, say you need a square format or you need a specific layout. And this process can take a lot of time, cause missed deadlines, just going back and forth with the creative team to get those specific formats and those specific sizing requirements that you need. The example that we're going to give is not the company that did run into this issue and didn't miss a deadline, but we are able to use them as they are a Cloudinary customer, and we can also send you their specific video use case afterwards as well. But I just want to be clear that they did not miss any deadlines. But that being said, we're going to dive right into demo time. All right. So the first thing we want to start out with is looking at how you can set up transformation for videos. These are going to change the way they look. So what I've already done here, if I go into my transformations, I've already built out a couple of these as examples. So we have an Instagram Cinema one where it's a square video, but it adds these black bars. We have Instagram Cinema blurred, so very similar to the Instagram Cinema, but you'll see there when we do the demo and show you live, it's going to blur the sides. We have just a general crop square automatically, as well as an Instagram story, which we won't be showing that one today, but we have these three pre-named ones. If I click onto transformations, you can see here we're changing the aspect ratio, we have the background, we have a crop of padding with a width of 1200. I show transformations here. You can see the background is blurred. Again, we have that crop and the height and width 1200. So the difference here, this is exactly the same where I specified the height and the width versus doing the aspect ratio as 1:1. So exactly the same thing. But here I specified the aspect ratio. Here I just specified that the height and width are the same. So that is just two different ways of doing that. The aspect ratio 1:1 on the square one, and this one is crop fill. The difference being here between fill and pad, this is going to crop, so the video is that entire square space, whereas here the video is padded, so it's going to retain the video, but it's going to add those additional paddings, which is how you get that black bar on the top and the bottom. Now that we have our transformations, and we spoke a little bit about that, I'd also like to speak about upload presets. What's really great about this is you can create presets and your media team can upload a video that they shot, the final edit, and using a preset, which we'll go into right now, going into upload, I've already created this one called socials. If I go into it, just to look at it, we have just some regular settings, but what I want to point out is this transformation portion. And you have this option of incoming and eager transformations. For today's, we're going to use eager transformations, but just to share a little bit about what incoming transformations are versus eager transformations. Incoming transformations are transformations that you would apply to a video before it is uploaded. So let's say I was to do the square Instagram story or the Instagram square before on an incoming transformation. That means the original asset that is saved is going to have those transformations applied. So it's going to be manipulated and saved as the manipulated version. Eager transformations, on the other hand, will create those derived assets, those variations, after the original is uploaded. So it'll maintain the original one and then create those upon upload. So now that we did that, I'm going to show you what that looks like. So if I go to upload, and this is going to work both on the Cloudinary, getting stuck loading for a second. Going to my, give this a little refresh. There we go. Refreshing it worked. So if I go to upload and I click on advanced, you'll see I have this upload preset. And if I click socials, now I'm going to browse. I'm going to upload this video, Hydro Eclipse. So we'll see now it's processing. It's uploading the video. Give that one moment. Great. That the video was uploaded. So it is still the original size video, but if I click into it and I check out my derived assets, you'll see that it's already starting to create those derived assets as those eager transformations that we set in that upload preset. So really great if you want to create these videos and these derivatives right away and let you access them. Now, what I did aside from that is I did build this little examples app, which we're able to share with you afterwards, where you'll be able to go in and put in your own cloud name and the ID of a video if you would like to test something like this out on your own. So I'm just going to quickly grab my cloud name, plug that in. And for the first one, before I use the Eclipse video, I'll use that different video, which I have a public ID of Hydro 15. And so here I just have the regular video being displayed. And as I can see, it's that full video being displayed. But then here, if I wanted, I applied the Instagram. Let me scroll on the code so you can see that as well. I have that transformation of Instagram Square. And if I play it, I could see automatically, I didn't have to wait for anyone. I didn't have to go back to the creative team. I was able to create a Square version of that asset. And now very much easily ready and available for posting on Instagram. Here we have that example with the cinematic crop, where we have that those black bars that I showed you on top and the bottom. And finally, we have the blurred. So if you see here, we have that same, the video is still the same size, but it added a blur to the top and the bottom. So you can still post something square, yet have the entire video without cropping or changing the size of it. That being said, we can also try out that other video now. So I'm just going to go into my console and grab the public ID for it. So if I go in, I can find the public ID under summary. So here it is. I'm going to just copy this. And we could see those other videos have already loaded for us because they were eager, they were built right away. But let's say we do need to change something. Let's say we still want to add more. The beauty of being able to do these transformations, aside from the named ones, is we can change things without having to go back to the creative team and having them redo everything. So I'm going to comment this one out. These are just the original videos that we have. And now I'm going to just load. Let's say we wanted to apply a logo to those videos. Right, so we could see I'm still using those named transformations here, but then I'm adding, so this is a layover, samples logo is the file. I'm scaling it just so it's a little bit smaller, so it's not a full size, and I'm applying the layer. And here I'm setting the location of it, the gravity, so it's going to be in the southeast corner, and it's going to be offset a little bit by 20 pixels on the x-axis and 20 pixels on the y-axis. So we can see I'm applying that on all of these. I'm going to just hit save real quickly. Give this a reload. Now we could see the original video still the same. Now if I go to the square one, we see that logo is now applied on all of the videos that we have. So really nice. Don't have to go back to creative. Normally a process that would take a lot of time and energy and can cause deadlines. And again, we're going to show you this, how quick it is. These are videos that we didn't already make transformations for. These are being made on the fly. So just like before, where we showed you how you can eagerly make those videos or those derivatives, these, you are doing them on the fly, and it's super quick, super easy to change those. So here you'll notice that we have the same thing, the layover sample image, and difference here is you're going to notice the gravity is now going to be southwest, meaning rather than on the right corner, we want the logo on the left corner. So now that I saved that, I'm just going to give this page a quick refresh. And again, scrolling to the top, we have that original video. We can see the logo now is overlaid on the left-hand side rather than the right-hand side. Ran through that one pretty quick. All right, that's all. Thank you guys for joining. Very, very glad to have hosted this meeting for you, and we can't wait to have our next session.